Okay, so that was my first bass tone on the Quad Cortex. So I've played bass through this before, but I've never really tried constructing my own tone. And I've always loved this song by Thrice, Still Life, because it's got a really nice groovy bass line. And I'm not a bassist as well, so this is really kind of uncharted territory for me creating bass tones. But I thought I'd dive in and give it a shot. I've always liked Eddie's bass tone because it's got grit to it, but it's got nice mid range. It's smooth. It's not too crazy. He does kind of boost it sometimes, like All the World is Mad and other songs like that where he kind of gets a little bit more gritty, but I've got a really good kind of bass level tone here. I'm just going to quickly run you through what I did. So we can ignore this. I was experimenting tuning down when I was learning this song, but ultimately I just learned to play it in standard tuning. Um, Compressor here, very important. All I did was I set the threshold to -18, so quite high. The ratio to 4. I set the attack quite low at 10 milliseconds and the release a little bit longer at 100 milliseconds. I didn't touch the makeup and the mix is 100%. So that obviously gets you like a bit more bite and loudness from the bass as well, especially when you're not, the transients and that kind of smooths things out and makes things nicer. Then we have this B double D I. I don't remember what this is even based on, but I know it's based on a popular sort of overdrive boost type pedal. It's got a lot of configurations in there. I didn't really touch anything in there except pull the drive down from its standard. I wanted to push the amp a little bit, but I didn't want to kind of like make it too crazy because did want the amp to kind of take care of that. Now for the amp itself, I'm using the amped super valve, which is an Ampeg super valve amp. And I set the gain at 4 because we had the BWDI pedal there in the overdrive. I didn't want it too crazy. The bass, I put that up to 6 because we didn't want to cut that out. The mid-range, I just kept at 5 because the BWDI overdrive adds some mid-range. The frequency, I set that to 3. The treble, I left that at 5. I flicked on this ultra low switch because I wanted it to have that low end rumble in there, and that really gets you there, flicking that on. I also don't really know this amp, so I just kind of worked out what sounded good to me. And then I set the master at 6. I didn't want to push it too high. I'm just using the standard 810 Ampeg cabinet here. I'm not doing anything to the microphones or anything, it's all standard. And then lastly, I'm doing a little bit of graphic EQ on here. I'm boosting the 65, cutting the 125, boosting the 250 a bit, leaving the 500. I am boosting the 1K by 2, boosting the 2K by 1, and boosting the 4K by 1. So it kind of rounds things out, gives us more mid-range, a little bit nicer low-end rumble, some of those high-end, more pronounced frequencies in there, and kind of brings it out and gives us some more bitey tone when you dig into it, which is kind of what I was going for with this. So that's the bass tone. If you have a Quad Cortex, it's up on the cloud and linked, but if you're using something else, hopefully the settings kind of helped you approximate on your equipment and amp modelers and devices and stuff.